So, a little while ago I did a quick little video for Derelict Void here, which is essentially a roguelike city builder in space. Now, since then, it's gotten a few reviews and, gotten some attention, but it hasn't been all that good because, not a whole lot of people are basically rating this game positive for their experience. And, well, part of the reason for that is because this game is pretty hard. They say it's a neat concept, it's got good graphics and stuff. Which, well, at $22 Canadian, I hope it's got good graphics, but you get the idea. But anyhow, the thing about this game is that they say that the game bounces way off, stuff like that. And I basically want to play through this game to see if that's really the case. Because people have said they've beaten it. Now, in the discussion forum, there's been a little bit to basically talk about some quick strategies you can basically to do to get through the early game. So, if you go through here, for example, some things it basically says try to always be exploring new hulls. Don't pick the choice that worked for you one time. Basically, stuff this, CO2 scrubber is basically good if you get online. Water transmission is good if you basically get the CO2 scrubber, etc., etc. Now, I'll note that this game is in my mind, very similar to Out There Edition. And this was basically a game that basically got most of the positive rating that I did back in the day. Out There, the Mega Edition here is essentially a similar type of game where you're out in space. You're not really a cities builder, so to speak, but it's more just a surviving scavenger that's just trying to get back home, so to speak, I guess. Anyhow, I think I mentioned enough basically outside of the actual game here, so let's just jump into it and let's just play. So, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Not really sure if these tips are very useful for anything, but, there's always a new tip, so to speak. Now, I will note, by the way, that compared to, the showcase video, I basically, read about a few strategies I'm going to try to adopt for, this play, so we'll see how that goes. Need to pack more buildings inside your ship, and that went too fast. Oh well. Alright, so here's a tutorial. I've basically already gone through this tutorial once, so you can basically check the showcase if you want, but basically you want scavengers to stay alive, you don't know basically how it works. So let's just get to it, shall we? Alright, so at this point, just look at my ship here. We basically have access to a little bit of gas storage. We have access to a residential complex with a little bit of people in it. There's actually a few over here as well. We got ourselves liquid storage right there. We got ourselves warehouse over here. We basically have access to a few days basically of resources basically to make use of. The ones that are basically really hurting right now are water and food, so you have to watch out for them. Now, I'll note by the way that the thing about this game is that something I really wasn't doing before that I really should have been doing is basically trying to get resources as fast as possible for food, water, and oxygen. With little care in the world for the other stuff basically I have in a ship, so to speak. So yeah, that's really what I want to do. Just book it real fast, so to speak. So this guy's offering emergency supplies. Seems like a good place to go. So let's travel to this destination. And I'll note that the idea here is that you basically want to book it as fast as possible. So it doesn't matter if you're being inefficient, so to speak. You just want to book it. So that's what I'm basically going to try and do. Now, I'll note by the way that, as a basically, rule of thumb, hydrogen is your most efficient thing to basically use. And you should be using it a lot basically early on in the game because you got a lot of it, and basically, if you have other stuff, great, but, really this is what I want to basically make use of. CO2 I also want to use quite a bit as well because CO2 is used for, or it's produced basically from my, my population as I basically suck on oxygen, so to speak, so. We won't worry about this as much, right now. Yeah, so let's burn some, hydrogen here. We'll adjust this down just a little bit. Alright, so let's confirm and travel. Now, Now, note by the way, unless I press space, this isn't actually gonna move, so let's just press space and get going. Alright, so on approach, a beacon pings us to let us know that there's cash supplies available for emergency use. It is an emergency. It should be easy to get those supplies. Load up. We found some preserved food canisters. Great, so we got some food. And yeah, I'll note that, like, you know, that's basically what I'm basically doing early on. You just want to, like, you know, get your stuff and, like, you know, keep going, so to speak. Now, something I really don't like, by the way, say, unless I press space right there at the end there, it's going to basically keep counting down my, like, resources there. So, there's no pause basically after you get to invent, which is, like, you know, kind of annoying about this game, but whatever. I think, like, this might be useful, like, this, like, you know, excited for the next event completes, so we'll see how that basically works, but whatever. Alright, so basically I got still some food there, and we got a frozen asteroid to go to for some water, so let's go here. Again, I'll obviously, like, you know, just book it, so to speak, to, like, the next destination and try and get, like, this stuff up. I'm not going to care about this stuff, like, early on, the hydrogen and, like, you know, other stuff here, so just use it up, so to speak. And yeah, waste bar we also make, you know, use of, so to speak, so why not? We'll just use it up. Let's use up our hydrogen. Just sit down and let's get going. Alright, so on approach, it seems that there's readily accessible ice on the surface. We don't have the proper equipment for mining, but we could improvise. So let's grab what's easy and go. That's one thing I do here. Or we need the water, spend some time to get it. So I'll note that early on right now, you know, getting like this is probably a good idea, so this is going to hurt my crew basically to do it, but you know, let's do this. So this is stealing my crew a little bit, but whatever, it's fine. We managed to collect a bit of ice, but we're forced to stop due to dangerous conditions causing injuries, so we got some water basically that'll, like, you know, keep us alive for a little bit. And it looks like we're basically paused right now, so, you know, this is definitely the way to go early on. Just use the accelerate button here. I guess ignore the pause button unless you really, really want to, but whatever. Alright, so at this point we got at least a few days of, like, you know, resources here to make use of, so at this point we want to start getting some hulls basically to, I guess, you know, it's what the, you know, thing basically says we're supposed to do, so this is an automatic response to our sensors without transfers of its own. And drifting shuttle, we took the shuttle with lots of power, we can't tell if there's people on board, but it's got food. Now note that early on you obviously avoid getting population because obviously more people is, you know, obviously a bad thing. Though more emergency supplies isn't actually a bad thing to get as well, so But you know what? Let's be a little bit, like, you know, exploratory, at least lift this game, like, early on here. So we'll travel to sensor contact. And let's just get all this used up again, all this used up again. Now note, but as a general rule of thumb, don't use up too much for hydrogen, of course, because apparently there's, like, some things that hydrogen can be used for, and, like, you know, basic events, so to speak, I guess, but whatever. Right now we just want to get some supplies, so to speak, so we'll do that, and just get going. Alright, drifting container. On approach, we see a standard cargo container drift. Unfortunately, it's spinning dangerously fast. It'll be a challenge to safely bring it under control. So, I can take the time to safely secure the container, I get it done quickly, or we like the time to ignore the container. Well, I don't have the time to do this one, so let's just, like, you know, do this, I guess. See how it goes. So apparently we recovered from our injury, so we no longer got an injured, like, you know, crew member. And container secure. Let's see what's inside. Oh, great. So I just found myself an empty container. Not the greatest thing to find early on, but whatever. That's unfortunate. Alright, well. A drifting satellite. We detect a shuttle that's lost its power. We can't tell if there's people on board. I could go there if we need oxygen, but, you know, there might be people there as well. Military leases cache. This is a standard supply cache left behind by military forces. They're designed to be difficult to open. And speed container. Interception is possible, but relative velocity could be impossible. And a frozen asteroid again for more water. Well, I think water's probably the best resource to go out for right now, so Let's just book our way over here, I guess. Now, one of the things that this game sort of has in common with a Mega Edition, but at the same time doesn't, is the fact it's very luck dependent early on, so it's very possible I may run out of resources I really need to basically do stuff, but you know, that's just the nature of like this type of game. Basically, it's very, very luck based. All right, frozen asteroid. On approach, it seems that there's rarely accessible ice. Blah blah. Let's spend the time getting the water. We got some more water, so we got good amount of like water for a little bit. There goes our crudo again, but whatever. Okay, drifting station. Organics detected. We got a floating hull. Then being satellite with like this stuff. Sensor contact again. All right, well. At this point, auction is a little bit important, I guess. So even if there is like people here, oh, rare interest of ours that have a touch of resource. So this is definitely like a satellite with people on it. So probably want to avoid this one. I guess in this pace, let's just go to like toward this floating hull here. And I'll see if I can possibly get some like good stuff here, I guess. So use this up. Use this up. Now, at this point, we've used up a lot of our hydrogen at this point. We're actually getting, like, very, very low. I want to keep a little bit left, I guess, for, like, a random events, apparently. So, we'll use up a little, like, hydroponics maybe at this point. Maybe a little bit of carbon. But the only thing I really want to use up is the stuff over here, basically, because, we need that to basically survive. So, use that up last, so to speak. And apparently trying this floating hull is going to take longer than this, so that's fine. Alright, so you approach the hull. The hull's contents should have a damaged hydroponics, so let's attack it. Now, a key thing about this game is that you have to basically explore these, like, these things, basically, so we're just going to enable all explore, let these guys basically just go to town, basically look around, see what they can find. Apparently there's a warehouse, so that's good to find right away. Now, you always want to be traveling like early on, I guess, so whoop. Didn't mean to hit that. Yeah, that's like the bad thing about this game. There really shouldn't be a pause button for this game, unfortunately, but whatever. Alright, let's just see here. I want to go to like the next place, I guess, right now, so note that's going to take a long time to get to like the next place, but you always want to be traveling with like something attached to you, so now I could go to this drifting junction here, but going to this auction is probably pretty important right now. So let's go here. Let's use this up a little bit. I don't want to use up too much of my hydrogen here, but I want to keep about like 20 of it left apparently for like random events. That's what I've been like reading on online, like hints there. So let's use this much to just get to our next destination, or yeah, that's probably fine. We're like 15 hours, so I'm doing like this right now with this stuff here, so we'll see what I basically find over here, so to speak. To interception. While on our way to our destination, a sensor is flared up with an object on a close intercept course of us. Slightly after our course intercepted. So we can basically get some hydrogen. Like here's like a random event right here, like where we actually need the hydrogen. So let's intercept it, I guess. Success. We maxed velocity to container perfectly and recover its contents. We got some hydrogen, organics, carbon, food, and water, so that helps out quite a bit there. Great driving. Alright, so here's my hydroponics basically going for right now, by the way, so that's cool. Alright, let's just do this for now. Here's why I was very good at exploring stuff like this, I guess, so Alright, so here's our hydroponics. Basically, this takes water, organics, and CO2 to basically make food and oxygen. So, two very important things basically to have, I guess. So, now note the thing about these things, by the way, is that you want to basically like transfer them to like, you know, your ship basically. So, we're just gonna reposition that there for now. Eventually, I want to have like more hulls basically to do stuff with, but you know, for now, we just want to basically take what we can from here and just like, you know, use it that way. Obviously, it'll take like a crew member to do this, so it'll take a little bit of time to do this as well, but whatever. Alright, so gas storage investigation. The team reported tanks still has some positive pressure. What did we find? So we found some CO2 apparently. That'll be useful to like, you know, power the ship or like, you know, other stuff. Great. And we found some liquid apparently. What did we find? There's some wastewater. Great. Exploring some rubble. Alright, so difficult container intercept. We are setting our pilot, Rich Monk, to the catch the container. It rapidly closes as our shuttle does a burn to intercept. So, we topped out the fuel tank, so I can use my hydrogen here basically again to like, you know, do this. So why not? With a moment of hesitation, Richmond activated a maneuver and gained a good pressure purchase on the container surface. With attitude control, the container spin and stabilized, and the air shuttle is quickly docked to it, so we get some oxygen to help us out some more. I think I saw this in a movie once. So basically got some like, you know, oxygen there to help us out. Alright, so food is basically going down, so is water, but you know, we're doing pretty good like, you know, keeping ourselves alive here. Compared to like, you know, so many other attempts. But yeah, it's like, I guess like the basic idea here is like, you know, the thing about this game is that it basically gives you so many options, but it doesn't really give you like a sort of guide which basically suggests you to do, so. It's a hard game, but I think it's more so hard because like, you know, the developer didn't really give like, you know, nothing nudge basically to sort of explain what you're supposed to do early on. But whatever. So, this hull seems bad and broken, but might have something useful inside. Drifting station, sensor contact, asteroid mine. So these guys have water. Let's go here first, I think. Everything going here to is drifting junks because it's basically another hull that I can basically explore, which is like always important thing in this game, so let's explore the hull, so to speak. Now, again, I'll basically use up like this, like, you know, wastewater and CO2. We got a lot of it from like, you know, that last find, so that's great. Also, we can see some of this like hydrogen, I guess, here as well. I'll leave this a little bit of wastewater and CO2, I guess, for like, you know, components to make use of this point, I guess. So make use of some of your stuff here, I guess, as well at this point, I guess, at this point. So, confirm and travel. And let's just keep exploring this hull a little bit. Now, I'm not really sure, but I don't think there's anything really beneficial from exploring rubble, but, you know, I'll do it for, you know, the first maybe, like, you know, run or so, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, so that's basically it for this hull. Now, this hull doesn't have any use to me right now, so we're just going to detach it. And that's going to basically reduce our weight, unfortunately, like, you know, at this point, but whatever, that's fine. Alright, so we detected the junction, we're going to arrive at this drifting hull, we're going to approach. Now let's dock. Alright, so we get the training crew, that's always useful, basically, like, you know, I can lose some water and some food, basically, to, like, you know, try and train our crew. Now, this is important, but I think early on, this is like, you know, not too beneficial to me right now, so we're just gonna like do this for now. I might, you know, need more crew you know, eventually, but right now, I just don't need it right now, so we'll hold off on that for now, hopefully. Whoops, cancel. Let's get to exploring this guy. Alright, so we got a floating hull of water treatment plants, that's always useful, and water's over here. I guess the floating hull is probably the most important thing to go through right now, so let's go here. Again, let's use a lot of our, like, you know, CO2 and stuff, so do that. You know what, let's try and leave at least 40, like, you know, really like 40 hydrogen basically for, like, you know, future endeavors, because, you know, it seems like this isn't very important, so we'll leave some of it, I guess. Let's use up some of this carbon. There we go, it's just. Yeah, I think I did that wrong, unfortunately, so travel. You know what? I could probably do it that way instead. Let's do it this way. You know what? Why am I spending so much time at this point? I have like a full hull here to explore. I don't need to go nuts basically with this stuff, so. Taking a little bit longer is probably actually worth it to actually do this point, so. Let's do this and just confirm and travel. Let's just get going. So I'm actually going to basically explore the hydroponics here and get another guy there, but get to it, I guess. Alright, so the extra teams found resources in damaged hydroponics. So we got some food and oxygen that'll help out quite a bit. Great find. Now, I know at this point we got basically this hydroponics here, and apparently it's completely damaged. So I was gonna scrap this for like parts, but apparently it's so damaged I can't even scrap it for parts here, so that kind of sucks. So well. I was hoping I was gonna be able to salvage this for something, but oh well. Guess not. Alright, it's got some liquid storage investigation, wonder what they found. There's some water. Storage investigation, they found organics. I'm gonna explore some rubble. Alright, floating hull. So let's attach this to our ship. Now this is really gonna slow us down at this point because, you know, we basically now have 2 hulls basically to explore here, but whatever. Now, it seems like there's not a whole lot basically on this, like, you know, this thing here to explore, or we'll just, like, you know, look around the rubble and see what we can find. So apparently it's actually telling me here, rubble has nothing, like, you know, to find. Basically explore to remove it. So there's actually probably a good reason, like, to like not all explore if you want to. So we're gonna cancel this one and explore right here. Explore that rubble instead, please. I don't want to explore the gas storage, so let's keep exploring that for now. Alright, so, I do need some food, I guess. CO2 scrub parts are detected, so that's pretty nice to find over here. Actually, you know what? The CO2 scrub is actually probably the most important thing to get, I think, compared to, like, you know, a lot of stuff I've been looking at, for, you know, hints online, so. Let's go this way. Now, I know at this point we're going to be really, really efficient, like, you know, or really inefficient basically getting anywhere, because, like, you know, we're not going to have a whole lot basically in the ways of, like, you know, speed with, like, all the hulls basically have attached to me right now, but whatever. I'm trying to think. It might actually be a good idea to actually, like, you know, wait just a little bit just to get, like, you know, this stuff done. Enable this here. So we got some gas in the tank. We'll be fine. We found some oxygen. Great. And I just want one guy just to explore over here, so explore this building. And good, someone's exploring over here. Oh good, there's something over here to explore, so let's just find this over here. See, it figures that I want to basically drop this hull before I go any further, so I'm not going to kill all my, like, you know, resources basically traveling. So, let's just do this. Water treatment plant over here, apparently, that's nice and fine. And some water. Oh, awesome. So great. A report from Gate City. Communication reports a transmission from Government Emergency System encoding passing through. This is the former Gate Control Colonial Authority. If you receive this message, you are aware that some sort of spontaneous spatial translation event has occurred. We simultaneously announce the formation of Provisional System Authority in a state of emergency. Please do not panic. Please forward ship manifests and damage reports. We will begin coordinating of release and rescue operations. Let them know that we're live out here. So, basically we're at that point where, like, you know, letting you guys let you know that we're live. So that's good. Alright, so at this point, basic explorers already, so we can detach this at this point. So, detach this hull, confirm. They'll get to work basic exploring over here, my guys, now. So, now going to like the next place should be a little faster. So, 11 hours as opposed to, like, you know, what it was before. Let's take 8 hours this time around. Boost this up a little bit. Let's just see how it goes. So, still exploring rubble, that's fine. Don't explore that rubble, explore this rubble. So, you know, Aug Explore is important, but I guess it's probably a good idea not to Aug Explore. Because basically you want to, like, you know, select where you're basically exploring. Let's just do it this way. So, he's gonna explore that, fine. Alright, so it's basically liquid storage or water treatment barrier, you know, right here. This turns carbon and wastewater into water and organics, so pretty important. It's got quite a few parts on it, so I want to move this obviously over to my mass thing over here. And you're exploring this rubble again. Don't explore this rubble. Explore this rubble. I just want to, like, you know, explore what's important basically right here. So, get the current rubbles basically out of the way and, like, go from there, so to speak. Okay, that's for exploring, so... Someone explore that warehouse. Good, we found something. What were we found? Water! Good, someone exploring this warehouse too. Great. So this will take 4 hours basically to do, that's fine. Let's attach this one. This will go over here. Alright, so. Once I'm basically done with this one, I'll basically, like, you know, want to move, I guess, so. Once I'm basically repositions this, I guess, we just want to, like, you know, explore over here and be done with it, so. Go next vent. Put it through. Hey, we found some food. Awesome. Excellent find. Alright, so this is basically done over here. We don't need to have this area, you know, anymore. Now, I do have a question for myself, is how many warehouses do I basically need to store my stuff? The thing at this point, by the way, is that, like, you know, I have lots of resources here. But how many resources can, like, these, like, warehouses here, like, store or anything like that is a thing, right? So... do have, like, space basically to hold this stuff is a thing, right? There's liquid storage, there's, like, you know... a warehouse. I guess for now we don't have to worry about it too much, but at some point I may have to worry about having more stuff here, but whatever. Anyhow, let's just attach this hull, we don't need it anymore, so confirm. They'll get over there and do their work now. Alright, so, speaking of food, we got a drifting shuttle with water, we got an asteroid active beacon with drifting junction. At this point I think food is kind of important to get, so let's travel here as fast as possible. Take all this, take all this. Don't want to use the hydrogen right now, so we'll use the other stuff, so use up some of this stuff. If I have to, I'll start using auction at some point, but I mean, we don't really have to go there just yet, so we'll do this for now. Alright, actually, we got ourselves a CO2 scrubber here we can possibly place on my ship. Alright, Team 4, the tank seems to have possible pressure, really fine. There's some auction, again, great. Residential complex, we might, find something there, I guess. I'm not sure residential complex would have anything in it, but whatever, it's fine. Let's look into it. Alright, so, again, we can lose our stuff here. So, he carefully closes in the try, bringing a camera under control. The grapple awkwardly glance off the surface. With the window of opportunity rapidly closing, the controls are forced to call off return, so apparently can fail these apparently, so nothing comes in space easy. So that's unfortunate, we just lost our chance to gain stuff there, but oh well. Alright, at this point, I always want to, explore this and, drop it, I guess, so that's done. You're gonna get moved, so this converts, carbon dioxide into carbon in auction, so very important. Now I can't remember if you can reap this, it needs to be different facing everything on your thing here, but whatever. We'll just get this over there. We'll get this explored and we'll just jettison this stuff over here, I guess. I can wait 4 hours, I guess, so let's just do that. And yeah, this is for housing the, thing right there, but whatever. It's funny, it's it says 2.5 tons, and it says people. I can see my people, but I can't see how much mass this basically it is here for this stuff here, so some things could definitely be improved for this game, I think, but whatever. Alright, so this came up again. I'm in a little bit of a better position, I guess, right now to do this, so we'll accept it and get it underway. Hey, we got food. Awesome. Excellent find. Alright, well, we don't really need this hull anymore, so let's just drop it. I'm glad you can, jettison stuff like that and not have to worry about, stuff you're moving around, so you don't have to keep it for at least, but, whatever. Alright, so we're dispensing free survival equipment to everyone who needs it. Drifting shuttle, speeding container, asteroid mine. Let's go here, I guess. We'll book it there as always, so just book it. Now, at this point, I have lots of, auction, I guess, at this point to, bum around a little bit with, so we'll use a little bit of my auction base to get to where we need to go. And let's just get going. Alright, merchant supplier. Communication was greeted by an automated storage facility. We need to send our team to physically investigate. They report that they can press a big green button that says request supplies. There is also a door that reads authorized personnel only. Alright, so I can sabotage the station's power supply and get everything. This button is ominous, let's not risk it. Hack the door and enter as authorized personnel, or press the button. Let's press the button. Alright, they press the button and a large box came out of the hacks because we got some water, food, and auction, so we're done here. I might, sabotage in the future, but, this seems like a good run for now, so let's just keep going. We're done here. I mean, we're getting lots of stuff and we're on day 5, right? So I don't want to screw this up. Alright, let's see here. Let's go to this drifting junction because we don't have anything like, connected to us at the moment, so let's just get going. Let's see here. Let's use up a little bit of our, organics here. Alright, so we detected a junction. We arrive at the drifting hull, let's begin approach. There we go. Yeah, I really should stop hitting this button to do stuff, but whatever, it's fine. Explore this. Let's just keep traveling. There's another junction over here, damaged tanks over there. I need food at this point as well as water, but let's go here, I guess. Use up all this stuff for now. And we got plenty of oxygen to do this, so let's just do this. Travel. Cool. Gas storage basically has hydrogen. Hooray, we now can go a little bit more gas or hydrogen there. Report from Gate City. Communication reports of situation from the common civilian encoding. Okay, back to through. Attention fellow event survivors. This is a concerned anonymous present in Gate Station. Some of us here are concerned not enough information has been getting out. In short, this station is in a bad state. The event caused major damage. Several station block modules are simply gone. It might be weeks before we get the station systems stabilized. The provincial government has good intentions, but is currently over its head with what is happening on the station alone. Anyone out there waiting for rescue, you are going to need to help yourself or create with our ships out there if you cannot. On the upside, there are several thousands of you out there who are able to phone home at least. Good luck. So, we'll help out if we can. So, very simple. Hey, hydroponics! That's what I want to see. Alright, detected a hull. Let's begin approach. Let's dock it. We're gonna keep exploring this one in a moment, but ooh, a calorie synth. So calorie synths, of course, make oxygen, carbon, and hydrogen into food, so pretty useful. All right, exploring the hydroponics over here. There's an accelerating hull over here. We got a spin container with food over here. I noticed that it's taking a long time to do some of this stuff now because I basically, I'm just traveling like crazy at this point, but whatever. I'm fine taking 22 hours at this point because, we got so much, space on our thing here, so. Let's just do this, and. That's fine, we'll just use that much. Travel to a spin container, let's go. I got myself a new crew, so there we go. Crew for hire. Off the work team. And of course they go immediately start, exploring some rubble, because, that's just how it works, but whatever. Alright, the expedition has found some resources, packed some through. So there's some organics and water in a hydroponics bay, of course, so water's useful. Alright, so over here, going at warehouse. I really don't need to explore that right now. I mean, these will be enough to basically explore over here now, so let's explore over here for now instead.